of the prosecutors in the case. And Steve, I know you'd asked the judge to sentence Derek Chauvin to 30 years behind bars to account for the profound impact of the defendant's conduct. In your words, Floyd's family had asked for the maximum, which would have been 40 years, and Chauvin gets 22 and a half, obviously parole eligible in 15. Are you satisfied with what happened today?
We are, Erin. I think that, as a practical matter, there's no number that is going to in any way adequately reflect the enormity of what was lost, what happened to the world, what we've all experienced, and the loss felt by the Floyd family. We asked for 30 years because we believed that was a fair sentence and it was legally supported. But 22 and a half years is a long time. It's a substantial prison sentence, and
Yes.
it's a beginning of accountability here.
So, Steve, talking to our legal analyst, Ellie Honig, he noted it's really rare for defendants who are convicted at trial to speak at sentencing because of appeals, right? You can appeal your conviction, and their whole defense would make it impossible to say words like "I'm sorry" or so usually you don't speak, but Chauvin did speak. First time we'd heard him, right, or seen him not have that mask on, at least us, the public. I just want to replay some of what he said, Steve.
I do want to give my condolences to the Floyd family. There's going to be some other information in the future that would be of interest, and I hope things will give you some peace of mind.
Steve, when he said there are other information in the future that will give you some peace of mind, I guess I have two questions for you. One, what did you think at the moment when he spoke? Were you surprised yourself? And two, do you know what he was talking about?
I'll answer the second question first. I don't know what he was talking about, and he'd have to speak to his own, what he meant by that. To the first question, was I surprised that he spoke? I was. With the pending federal charges and the pending appeal, I really didn't expect him to say anything. That said, offering condolences to the Floyd family, I think, is an important statement. It's an important first step in him coming to grips with the magnitude of the damage that he's caused, both to the Floyd family and to policing in general.
There were emotional moments from the Floyd family today. Of course, watching his daughter top, that's hard for anyone to see.
Yeah.
We just saw a few of them. Here's more of what we heard.
I ask about him all the time.
When you see your daddy again one day, what do you want to do when you see him?
I want to play with him.
I wanted to know from the man himself, why? What were you thinking? What was going through your head when you had your knee on my brother's neck?
My family and I have been given a life sentence. We would never be able to get George back.
Steve, what do you think the sentence means for the other 3 officers who have yet to stand trial in Floyd's death?
Well, of course, those other cases are pending, and I can't comment on them. What I can say the sentence means generally, it sends a strong message that this is a matter that people better pay attention to. I think that in terms of policing and future policing, a sentence of over 2 decades holding an officer criminally, individually accountable for their conduct is something that is going to make other officers pay attention. And it's my hope and it's my belief that it will lead to a culture of intervention, that when other officers see something like this unfolding on the street, they'd be less likely to not act, to not stop the conduct.
All right, Steve, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next, prosecutors closing in on